They're like, you have to watch this shit.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have to. It's Gladiator. You haven't watched it yet. You're not a cinephile or whatever, right? Like I haven't seen Citizen Kane or anything like that. Like
Me neither.
I've recently started to pick up like the older films and like I've actually started to like watch them.
Yeah.
But people are just like, oh, you must watch this or else you're not a true fan of. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
Dude.
it's actually so annoying.
There's so many movies like that everywhere. It's like, oh no, if you haven't seen, like you said, Citizen Kane, Psycho, or all these kind of movies, you're not a cinephile.
Psycho. I did watch that though. Actually,
I haven't seen Psycho. All I know is the knife scene.
Yeah, that's the iconic one, right? But like same thing for Gladiator. Like I know the iconic scenes, right?
Yeah.
Like there's so many good ones.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't know. I just was sitting there and I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it not for the sake of I'll watch it for the podcast, but I'm not gonna watch it because people told me to fucking watch it. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit there and just enjoy the movie for what it is. And I tried my hardest not to critique it harder because like when people are like, you have to watch this movie's gonna change your life, and then you critique it extra just because you're like, people are telling me otherwise. It's like I'm gonna tell them. Fuck them! Like I hate these people. Like, it's like,
Dude, I swear,
it pisses me off. It really does.
You go into a movie and you have so much expectations because everybody's been telling you, oh, you have to watch this, oh, you have to see this, and all those expectations low key ruin the movie. I find no, it doesn't. I mean, they don't ruin it, but it's like it changes your perspective.
That's
of it.
Yeah.
You kind of like go in and you're like, oh, am I gonna be watching an amazing film like everybody said? And then all of a sudden it's like a mid film, and you're like, okay, well, what was the point?
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Because like you look for the bad in it. You're like, these people are wrong. I'm gonna prove them wrong. These stupid people. It's like no, it's like I don't know. Gladiator was fine. I enjoyed it sort of. I don't know. Ridley Scott. I watched a few other of his films recently too. Martian, Last Duel. Good movies too, right? Between historical sort of movies, Last Duel and Gladiator, I think Last Duel is interesting, but obviously Gladiator's just better just because the actors are better in it, I think, and the story's a little bit more no, actually Last Duel's story's pretty good. It's more interesting than Gladiator, I'll be honest, but just in terms of presentation, like definitely Gladiator's like much more interesting, more fight scenes which are really fun. So
I 100% agree. Like you were saying, it's a pretty good story, but I brought it up earlier, like before, like we started recording anything like that. It's Ben-Hur. It's literally Ben-Hur.
It is. Yeah.
It's Ben-Hur, but it's not his best friend. It's just it's the son of his best friend, which
literally. Literally. No, when you told me that, I was like, I see it. Yeah, 100%.
Oh my god, it's like, dude, my parents' favorite films is Ben-Hur by far. Well, okay, my dad, I'll say that. Okay. But my dad's favorite film is Ben-Hur, and I got it for him, the CD, for his birthday like a little while back.
Yeah. And
when we watched it, I was literally thinking in my head, wait, I just watched Gladiator. Why am I rewatching Gladiator in Ben-Hur? It's a good story. It follows the exact journey, like hero's journey.
Yeah.
The full hero's journey. You're getting it. But it's not like a crazy film. It just felt like a remake of Ben-Hur to me.
Yeah.
Honestly, and The Last Duel is a pretty good story.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Like, it's a remake, but it also kind of just shows like the simplicity of Gladiator. Like, there's really, honestly, the story I thought would be a little bit more complex, but it was really, really straightforward. Maybe that's just like early 2000s type thing to do, but like, holy shit, I was sitting there going, okay, like I already know the whole story almost. Like we know how it's gonna end, obviously, but it's just like, can we get a little bit more interesting stuff? I guess the only interesting stuff was like Joaquin Phoenix, very good in it, but like what, Commodus is his name, right?
Commodus, yeah.
Yeah, Commodus just trying to like sleep with his sister the entire time. It's like the only interesting. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
I remember watching it and I was like, why? That's your sister, dude. That's your, Joaquin. What's going on? You're doing the Joker. You got a little mentally unstable there. I think a little mentally unstable here too. Oh my god,
it's really fun seeing him though, like a little bit younger and like newer, but like he was always good, right? So like when I saw him in this, I was like, damn, he's really good still. Like I hadn't seen it, right? I'd seen, what is the first Joaquin movie I've seen? I don't know actually. I think I've seen him in a few other things by accident, but like not intentionally.
I think
not where he's like, when is Joker like his first legitimate like starring role, or there's Walk the Line actually.
Yeah. Walk the Line.
Yeah.
Her. It wasn't Her before.
Oh yeah, Her. Yeah, Her was before. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. I think Her might have been the first thing I seen him in, like where he's a starring role. I don't know why I thought Joker was the first one. I guess Joker's like the most impactful one.
Yes, that's 100% it. I think after I saw Joker, I was like, okay, well, what are other of his movies?
Yeah.
You know, but he did also do Ridley Scott again, Napoleon. Did you see it? I didn't see it.
I
Oh, okay. So we can't talk about it. We'll
more Ridley Scott, man. Did
Yeah.
he like go on another tangent calling like millennials like incompetent moviegoers or whatever?
I didn't know he said that.
Something like that. He said something like that back when Last Duel came out. He was just like, they're too glued to their phones. They can't like sit there and watch like a historic whatever, yada yada. And I was like, yeah, you're right, but you shouldn't be saying that to the people who are gonna go see your movie, dumbass. Like, you literally alienated like the core group of people who are gonna go and see it.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck, you know? Like back in 2000, I'm not gonna say stuff like that, you know?
No, definitely not. I remember hearing that this movie actually didn't do very well with the historians because it's not very historically accurate.
I googled that too. Actually, that's a really good point. Yeah, I forgot I looked that up. It isn't. Yeah.
Yeah, like this is Maximus is like a completely fictional character, and like, you know, I mean, hey, for a fictional character, he wrote him pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, following the hero's journey line and everything, you know, it's a pretty basic, straightforward story. But for a random character that, you know, didn't exist in the history, it portrayed it pretty well. But I remember hearing people saying that, oh, this might be like a history. People that have no idea about history.
Yeah.
They're watching this movie. They're like, oh, this guy existed. You know?
Yeah.
Which is kind of like what you get whenever you watch these kind of movies, you know, like Spartacus, Ben-Hur, like Ten Commandments, that kind of stuff, you know? But I think the historians were a little pissed that, you know, like Ridley Scott is making a story and then all of a sudden people think this person actually existed, but he didn't actually exist.
Well, who gives a shit?
Exactly.
Literally. But like, who cares? Like, it's a movie. Like, it's as simple as it gets. I mean, it's fine. Like, we can easily sit here and critique every single aspect of it and be like, this is too simple, too easy. You know, there's no real like arcing story. Although there are like a little bit of it that is like, you know, oh man, what's the father's name who dies? I can't remember right now.
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh man. Okay, so there's Commodus, who's the brother.
There's Maximus.
And then there's Marcus Aurelius.
Wait, what? Marcus Aurelius?
Yeah.
Okay. So Marcus Aurelius is an actual person.
Yes, Marcus Aurelius is a real person, but Maximus isn't. I believe that's the difference.
Yeah. Okay.
I think like it's not super accurate, but it's not like true, you know. Like you have to you know, sparkle it up. You have to change it a little bit to make people interested in it, which is fine. But no, I think the story arc of the father is sort of like Aurelius is sort of like this really crappy father, and then like he doesn't actually, well, no, he really doesn't vindicate himself before his death. He pretty much just like was like to Commodus, he's like, you're a piece of shit, and then he kills him. Like literally, like word for word is pretty much what it like. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the story arc is just like, my family died, you motherfucker. I'm going to go and kill everybody now, and then I'm going to kill you. Pretty much is the entire story.
Pretty much. But dude, it's like I kind of listen. Commodus, he's like a
child.
He is a child. He's a definite child, 100,000%. But I feel bad for him. I don't know about you, but I feel bad. Listen, you grew up your whole life. Just picture this. Picture yourself in Commodus's feet, okay? Your father is Marcus Aurelius, okay? Huge conqueror, like a fucking amazing like conqueror. Let's just keep it at that. Has a huge empire, and all of a sudden you grow up, and you're growing up as the son of this huge like emperor, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna own this one day. This is all gonna be mine. And then you're trying your best. You know, as he says, he's tried his best. He learned so many different skills, techniques, and like all these different things so that he could prove himself. And then all of a sudden, your dad just grabs that and says, you know what? I'm not gonna give it to you. I'm just gonna give it to the best warrior out there. I kind of feel bad for Commodus.
Okay, yeah, when you put it that way, you're right, like 100%. It's, I don't know, like, yes, I agree. But also, like, what the fuck? Like, he just kills his father.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you're right. Is he justified for killing him? I guess I get it, but I don't know. It just seems kind of like crybaby, sort of little bitch boy move, and you're like, why? Like, why? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like, for really just for the sake of like, yeah, I get it. You don't like Maximus, so it's just fine, you know, even though he's like a total badass and everything like that. And, like, I wouldn't want to pass him, you know, like, he'd kick my ass for sure. But no, I get it. I totally get it. But, you know, Commodus isn't like a terrible warrior either. He doesn't go into battle ever. He even says that in the beginning of the movie that he's just like, he could, but he doesn't, or something along the lines of that, and you can tell like this huge difference between Maximus and Commodus, like in terms of respect.
Yeah.
And then, that's like the one interesting aspect of the story that is done well. I mean, I find like Ridley Scott's stories are really straightforward, in terms of like there isn't really much of a change up or anything like that in their stories, other than maybe The Last Duel has like a slight change up, but it's really not, because it's like the same story, 3 different perspectives, which is the only change up I would call. But even The Martian's like really, really straightforward.
Yeah,
like really, really straightforward.
Yeah.
Like there's really no point where you're like, oh, whoa, I didn't see that coming. You're just like, yeah, I don't know. Is he capable of like, what other movies have I seen of his?
Blade Runner? Aliens?
Blade Runner. Blade Runner is just a good story. But how many of these has he actually written, though? Actually, now that I'm like particularly blaming him for these movies, but I don't know how many of these he's actually participated in writing. I think he did The Last Duel. I think he did that one for sure. Let me double check here. I'm just looking at Gladiator here, just so I don't blame. So the writers were, he wasn't the writer for Gladiator, which makes sense, I guess, because I don't think he was. How big was Ridley Scott back in 2000? I guess he's pretty popular.
He's big. I mean, he did Alien.
Oh yeah,
you know why? Like as soon as
Alien too.
Yeah,
Alien's a little bit. Oh yeah, it's true. I forgot he did Alien. Yeah, okay. Alien's probably his best movie in terms of like legitimate directing and in terms of actual story. I don't believe he wrote that one. But that one, at least, he's able to use, What the fuck are you...
Sorry, I like looked up. I noticed your hair was kind of like spiked up a little bit. My bad.
This guy, he's fucking staring at my hair instead of talking about the damn movie.
God, my bad.
Gladiator,
I was looking at you, and then all of a sudden I just looked up a tiny bit, a little quick.
It does that all the time. Guys, go to the YouTube if you're watching. If you're on Spotify, go to the YouTube. You can look at my beautiful hair.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's early in the morning, okay?
This is why I wear hats.
You know what? At least I face it with pride and honor, just like Maximus. Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna get stabbed right now. Like you're gonna pull your revenge on me or something.
I might. I don't know. I mean, who knows? I don't know. The story's fine. The cinematography is pretty straightforward too. I don't think there's any shots where I was like, oh damn, like holy shit, that's crazy. Other than like, yeah, in the Colosseum, those are really good. And then there's like a few like the dream sequences that are pretty nice. The opening shot is pretty good. Like the hand across the wheat, I guess it is, or I really don't know what it is. I think it is wheat. It's more in the farmland. That's good. That was good. I brought you into it. Some of the shots of like when he finds his kid and wife basically crucified, that was good as well. But honestly, Ridley Scott usually doesn't kind of pop out of nowhere, in terms of like cinematography. It doesn't really surprise me.
For me, honestly, I think I'm pretty much the same level. I mean, I liked how the hand thing, I'm like literally swaying my hand right now.
Yeah.
The hand thing, with the wheats and everything, was like the opening and then closing scene pretty much.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like those good cinematography shots. But then I also enjoyed when he had just gotten stabbed by Commodus and he's being lifted up into the Colosseum and he's pretty much just like standing there like you motherfucker, you betrayed me, you killed my family.
100%.
Yeah, and then like that's that shot where he's like going up in the lift. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's good.
And then I also really enjoyed when he's like pretty much just laying there on the floor and everybody kind of like surrounds him and like, comes to pick him up. I just found that was kind of like a grand event. Like the great Maximus who was basically a slave, right, or a fighter who had the people's back, like not the emperor or the king or whatever. I forget whatever they call
it. He get Rome back to the people or whatever.
That's it. He gave Rome back to the people and he's just laying there on the ground dead. So
yeah,
that was a cool shot. I liked it. What's up? You just made a little face.
Yeah,
What's up?
Pretty good numbers in terms of box office. Gross of worldwide 503 million, U.S. and Canada 187, budget of 103 estimated. So pretty good return. Surprised by that. 2000 is a long time ago for cinema. A lot has changed. This is a big movie in terms of changing the landscape of cinema. It sort of demonstrated that like we were slowly moving into less storytelling and more action, just like displaying more quick cuts and just more like visual like cues that kept us interested. That was sort of like the beginning of it, I think. And then we kind of continued on that trend with superhero movies starting to really pick up in the mid. I was gonna. That's bad language. What I was gonna say.
It's like early 2010s.
Yeah, it's early 2000. Like it's 2008, 2009. That's when it picked up.
Yeah, with Iron Man.
Yeah,
2008.
exactly. That's the first.
I mean, honestly, I find Gladiator though. Like, I mean, I did bring up earlier Ben-Hur, Spartacus, and the Ten Commandments.
Yeah.
Those are like the three big grandeur movies, that I think Ridley Scott might have been trying to, bring back when he made Gladiator.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of style of movies where it's like a grand film. You have a huge amount of cast, or like extras and everything in the background. It's a long movie. It's about that kind of time period. It's about the hero's journey.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much what Ridley Scott wanted to do with Gladiator, just creating that fictional character, bringing back that grand storyline in a time when it was all about superheroes. Well, superheroes were starting to come up,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just kind of what I think. But was it an incredible movie? It was a very good movie.
It's a very good movie.
It's a very good movie. Very straightforward movie. It's an enjoyable movie to watch. It just because of I think it's the hero's journey. I'm just gonna go back to that.
Yeah, the hero's journey is great.
Yeah.
Like no doubt about
it's
it.
It's so simple and it just makes it so enjoyable to watch. It's probably one of the reasons why I love watching. Wow, am I gonna blank on what the fourth Star Wars movie? Well, the first Star Wars movie is.
Yeah, you're gonna beat me to that. I don't even know.
I know Empire Strikes Back is the fifth one. The fourth one, A New Hope. A New Hope. I think it's A New Hope. I'm gonna go with A New Hope.
I don't even know.
A New Hope.
Okay.
A New
Say
Hope.
it with confidence.
A New Hope. There you go.
Come on.
That's it. So I'm pretty sure it's like A New Hope follows that huge storyline,
Yeah.
like the hero's journey. It makes it so enjoyable to watch and so fun.
Yeah.
But I think the little twist on it is the revenge part. He's just so such a macho man. Are you entertained? And following his story. I like it.
Not entertained.
Are we not entertained? What an iconic line.
So good. So good. Okay.
Yes.
I have to say, I knew about this movie, but what I knew better before the movie itself was the main theme from it. That piece, that song, oh my God. It's so good. It's so good. It might, I don't want to say it's one of the best in the past, like, since the early 2000s, but damn, is it good. Because,
it's amazing. I have it saved. Dude, Hans Zimmer.
Yeah, right?
Hans Zimmer. Oh, I love
Guy
him.
touches everything and turns to gold. I don't think he's ever turned in a bad score, I'll be honest. Like, he's had some, what are you doing sort of stuff, but like, overall, like, it's good regardless.
Fire after fire. And this movie just, you hear his music in the background. I'm going to try to do it with my voice. It's like,
so good.
Did I just do The Godfather? I think I just did The Godfather.
That's another good theme.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Themes make movies sometimes. It's just like when you use them and everything like that. It's just you can hear little innuendos of the main theme throughout the movie. It sort of shows up in key moments, kind of obviously telling the viewer like when this is a key moment, like sort of thing. That's obviously the point of it. That's an audio cue for people. But like every time you hear it, because they usually don't use the exact same one, they use it in a different key just to keep it a little fresh, so you're not listening to the same one over and over again. And each time it comes on, you can immediately recognize it. And you're just like, oh, this is so good. And you want to hear the whole thing, and then finally they play the entire thing. And you're like, yes, this is so worth it. It's so damn good. It really is.
Dude, now that you say that, I'm actually thinking back to like other Hans Zimmer's works, like The Dark Knight, Interstellar.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very similar thing because you listen to the soundtrack, it sounds very similar.
Yep.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
You just like unlocked a little like piece of my brain. I just started as you were talking. I was listening to all the like the soundtracks of Interstellar and Dark Knight in my head like super quickly.
Interstellar does it a lot actually.
Yeah,
they do it a lot, especially when they're questioning scenarios and things that are happening. That little intro, I honestly couldn't even like hum it, but I'm sure you know the exact one I'm talking about.
I'm not gonna try, but I know what you're talking about. Yes,
everybody knows which one I'm talking about. It's like the main one. You load up the DVD. It's the first one on the main screen. It's the most iconic one that you all will recognize in half a second. But like Interstellar does it all the time throughout the movie. It's a very key aspect to filmmaking, just using like audio cues to draw in the viewer, focus them on what's being said, or at least not on what's being said, but recognizing what was said is important and you should remember it. They do it a few times. I think when they are trying what's the daughter's name again? I can't remember.
I'm
Look it up here.
No clue.
Uh,
Why do I feel like it's something modern, like Gabriella or something? I don't know.
Is it Lucilla?
It's Lucilla.
Apparently,
That makes
her.
sense.
IMDb's, yeah, it's her. Yeah. So when she goes over to Maximus and is like, everything is prepared to escape or whatever, and then you can go get your army and come back or whatever. There's like a little bit of the main theme playing, and you're like, oh damn, like okay, that was important. I gotta remember that. Yeah, I couldn't talk more about like I can just. There's a lot of themes. There's a lot of really good ones. That hit home all the time. Star Wars, Jaws. I mean, there's some smaller ones too. What's one that I really like and not a lot of people? I don't know. There's so many. There really are. But Gladiator stands out like way ahead. I think it's Now We Are Free. I think that's the actual name of it. If anybody's wondering, I'm like 99% sure.
I think it is as well. It's Hans Zimmer has just that special touch to him. But I think we said it before, and I'll say it again. It's what's his name? John Williams.
Mm-hmm.
John Williams is the iconic sound.
Yeah, that's true.
Sound. Oh my god, what am I? Sound design? No, not the sound design. What am I saying?
Composer, soundtrack.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, like
name it.
John Williams is the iconic. You listen to
Yep.
the songs, they're iconic. Everybody just wants to listen to them again. Hans Zimmer, it's like, oh my god, a different
So
level.
good.
It's like a different. I guess it's more classical. It's more. You listen to it and you just want to keep listening to it, but it's not iconic in a sense. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't know. It's a bit weird, but it's like I just feel like every single one of John Williams like songs or works, you know,
Yeah.
are very much like to the movie,
Yes.
you know, and they're iconic in that sense, but they're very similar.
Mhm.
But then Hans Zimmer, for example, or Ludwig, both of them very similar. And what they do is they like make the music around the character.
Yes.
Either the character, the theme, whatever's happening around specifically that moment in time. Meanwhile, John Williams is like the whole movie. You know, it's like the whole movie, space. So here's space. Da, 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 you know,
Yeah.
it's like stuff like that. Which
That's no, I think 100% right. You're
Yeah.
100% right. Yeah, and not a lot of composers can write for a character. It's a lot more difficult. It takes a lot more experience, prestige. It takes a lot more effort on that part, and it's not easy at all. Hans Zimmer just honestly, he just shows up everywhere, and you're like, yeah, that makes sense. I forgot what movie I watched recently, and I was like, why is this this score decent and like actually good? And then I was like, oh, it's Hans Zimmer.
Top Gun?
No,
Oh, okay.
I definitely would have known Top Gun.
He wasn't Top Gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying he wasn't.
No. Yeah. No, he definitely was. I'm gonna look at my letterbox here really quickly because I actually.
He's in such random works. I'm just like, I remember looking at a movie and then going through the sound and then seeing like Hans Zimmer being like, oh, okay, that makes sense. No Time to Die, he's also in it.
Yes, which that I only realized after watching the movie. It was very good.
Mm-hmm. I only found out he was in it because I went back to listen to No Time to Die, like the Billie Eilish. Oh my god, I love that song.
That's good.
Oh my god, I think it's probably okay. I know we're not talking about James Bond right now, but I'm just gonna shoot it out there because we're talking about music.
Mm-hmm.
That song or Skyfall, I don't know.
Skyfall's good. Skyfall I legitimately listened to too.
Oh.
Like I actually listened to it and I was like, this is good. Yeah, Skyfall's good though.
Dude, Skyfall and No Time to Die, they're just so good. But I think they just put so much, I guess, perfection into No Time to Die. Meanwhile, Skyfall is just so like iconic. I don't know. Anyways, but back to Ridley Scott.
Hold on. Let me just finish up this thing. The movie that I was watching.
Yes.
I think I found it. I just can't find the confirmation. Hold on. What to find? Show me. Oh, okay. Okay, I mixed it up. We were talking about John Williams. I watched Tintin recently, the 2011 Spielberg animated. I think that's actually in our list of movies we might talk about for the podcast. I think it is. I think I told us to write it down. I said we have to talk about this one. It's really good. Don't know when, but it will be. I think. If not, we'll put it in there. It's really worth. But that's John Williams.
Okay.
That's why I was thinking of movies that kind of caught me by surprise. That has another soundtrack that's great. But Yeah, Ridley Scott. I mean, can he do better? He did a lot of work. Can he do more? Maybe. I'm curious to see what he does next. The good thing is that he's not only like a historic or like, you know, myth based director like Robert Eggers is. So like we will probably get something interesting. I don't know if he already has a project in the works.
Well, he just finished Napoleon.
That's true. Yeah.
So
That's true.
I mean, I think most of his work is just historical,
Yeah.
other than like maybe Alien, and
Yeah.
I think that's the
The
only
Martian,
one. And The
that's
Martian,
it,
yeah, yeah. So like Alien,
So
The
it's
Martian,
like either historical or space.
yeah, yeah. And even
Literally
like
his-
Blade Runner too.
Yeah,
it's like
true.
futuristic.
Yeah, science fiction. Yeah, I don't know.
Did he do Arrival? No, he didn't. Right?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know why I'm like Arrival just popped into
No.
my head. I mean, we are talking about sci-fi and stuff like that, but
No, I don't believe he did. I don't think that's on his
I don't know why he did.
list. No, that's Villeneuve.
okay. Oh, right. Of course. Of
Yes,
course.
that makes a lot of sense actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched Arrival, so I'm curious to see what it's like.
You haven't seen Arrival?
No, I haven't seen Arrival.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm really hyped.
I
Damn. Okay,
I can't
okay.
say that. Now I'm going to critique it even harder.
I'm hyped.
You
I'm
just-
sorry.
This
It's-
guy.
I love it.
Oh my god. This
Sorry.
guy.
Okay, literally what we were talking about before.
Man, now I'm not going to watch it.
Okay.
Just out of spite.
You know
until
what?
I
Actually, it
have
was
to
a pretty
watch it.
terrible movie.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Cool, now I'm
it
gonna watch
was.
it.
It was pretty ass.
I know, right? Oh my god. Yeah, Ridley Scott, perfect for most stuff. This is his good work, but somebody I want to talk about, obviously, Maximus.
Russel Crowe.
Russell Crowe. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've seen a decent amount of Russell Crowe work previous to this. Not his best work. It's good, but he's better than this.
I'm gonna say you're gonna say. I'm assuming The Beautiful Mind.
Yeah, that and there's one more where what does he do in it? Fudge. I watched it for a class. I'm gonna look it up really, really quickly. I really enjoyed it.
Let me guess. Is it Robin Hood?
No.
Oh.
No. No, it's actually Road Rage. That
Really?
one.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
No, don't watch it. It's really bad.
Oh, okay, fun.
it's just Russell Crowe being mad, and it's really funny actually.
I liked him in that one where it was him and one other guy, The Usual Suspects, with Ryan Gosling.
Mm.
I thought he was pretty good in there too.
Oh, it's Unhinged, not Road Rage, by the way.
Unhinged. I've never heard of it.
It's no, Nice Guys. That's the one. you're
Nice
talking about.
Guys, not
Yes.
The Usual Suspects. Yeah. What am I saying? Nice Guys. I like that.
He's good in that. That's funny. He
Yeah.
he is good. The movie I'm thinking of is Cinderella Man. That's the other one I've seen.
Cinderella Man.
Yeah, it's he becomes a boxer in it in the I want to say the 40s. It might even be earlier than that.
Huh? Can I see a picture?
Yeah. Oops, I'm gonna scroll here. It's a good movie. I watched it for a
Cinderella
class.
Man.
He's very good in it. The story's good. I liked it.
Interesting.
Very good. Definitely worth watching. It has decent reviews as well. But Renee Zellweger's in it, which is interesting. Oh, Paul Giamatti's in it. Let's go. I forgot. It's been a really long time. I watched it in high school, so woo, distant
time.
memory. Yeah, he was really good in this movie. Again, not my favorite performance of his, but hard to put up all these like really good performances when you have an actor like this. It's just like not fair to critique them.
Yeah. Did he not win an Oscar for this?
He did win an Oscar.
Yeah.
for this,
There's five Oscars, right? He won.
Yes. I don't know them off by heart.
I don't know them off by heart. I
hard to
know
say.
he won. I feel like Hans Zimmer won. I feel like. I mean, he should have.
Probably.
Um,
Was it 2001?
Yeah, 2001
Oscars?
Oscars. Because I mean, right now, we got Ridley Scott coming up on Oscars again with Napoleon. Who knows what's going to happen there, right? But Russell Crowe, I think. Listen, I mean, I've seen A Beautiful Mind. I've seen Gladiator.
Yeah.
I've seen quite a bit of his work, not crazy amount, but a good amount. In my opinion, this is his best work. In my opinion, yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Listen, I'm gonna go based. I think mostly it's because of this interview that I heard from Russell Crowe himself, speaking about filming Gladiator, where he pretty much was saying how when he first met Ridley Scott was like, okay, because this was the first time they were working together, and he pretty much said, well, Ridley Scott told Russell Crowe, okay, you're gonna stand here and you're gonna act like there's a bird right there, and the bird is you're gonna look at it, and it's gonna fly away. And then you're going to look back at the field and you're going to, it's going to draw your attention back at the field. And that's that first time that we see Russell Crowe in the movie. And he does that exact same thing, exactly as he told him. And then basically, once Ridley Scott says cut, he basically comes up to me and he says, "Okay, we can work together. That was amazing. Like, you did like an amazing job." So like Ridley Scott was incredibly happy with that. And okay, when you watch it, it's like I thought in my head, right? I was like, oh, it actually looks like he's actually looking at a little bird, and then he sees the bird fly away, and then he's like looking back at the battlefield. And I don't know, I just, that little part at the beginning, I'm just being very biased, but
yeah,
Russel Crowes' best performance.
I implore you to rewatch A Beautiful Mind. Definitely better than this. Obviously the story's also better, honestly, than Gladiator. Much more complex, much more deeper meaning, based off true story as well. But no, he's better in it, like a lot better. No.
There we go. It's the first time we don't agree. I love it.
No, that's oh man, I don't know. I can't. It's not that. Listen, we're talking like really good performance and also very good performance. We're talking like really no difference between the two in terms of like, if you look at the plethora of work that he's done, they're all very good. Obviously he's had some like, okay, what are you doing sort of stuff. Of course, that's later in his career, but he's had his long list of achievements, right? But no, A Beautiful Mind, his performance in that is good. Like his performance in this is good. Like the language is good. It's not easy to necessarily perform either, but there's much more complex and difficult emotions to deal with in A Beautiful Mind than there is in this. And I think that's where I think his performance is better in that.
I was going to chime in there. Yeah, honestly, I find his performance in this movie is better, but he played a more complex character in A Beautiful Mind.
Yeah.
That's what I think it might, that's for me anyways, that's what I think it is. Because in here, he's playing a very basic character, but you connect with him. And he plays him really well, in my opinion. And then in A Beautiful Mind, you also connect with the character and everything. It's just a bit more of a complex character that he played pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn it. How do we go from argument to then agreeing upon... Damn it, you should have stayed on your side. Somehow we agree again. We're neutral. We're
neutral. Well,
we're good at seeing each other's perspectives without being too rude, even though I still think you're wrong. But like,
okay, you know what? No, now you're wrong.
Yeah,
you're
know
wrong.
What?
I'm right.
No, it's man. I don't know.
It's kind of like saying, Tenet is Christopher Nolan's best movie out there.
Well, you're just wrong. Stop. No. Stop.
It's coming back to theaters, so it's got to be coming back for a reason.
To theaters, yeah. Because it didn't make enough money the first time, so they had to bring it back. That's why.
Oh, man. Literally in the middle of like everything being closed down, it came out. That kind of sucks.
That's the reason, sure. Yeah, same reason The Last Duel didn't do well. Sure, buddy. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Did you watch Last Duel in theaters or you watched it like at home?
No, I did not go to theater. Didn't you watch it in theaters?
I thought it twice in theaters.
Yeah, you told me. You said for me to go see it, or maybe it wasn't you. Somebody
else. It was me. I'm pretty sure it was me.
It was you.
Because I saw it once alone. It was when I was working at the theater and I was getting like those like free movies and stuff.
You went with other people the second time.
Exactly. I went with my brother. Yeah.
No, did not go with people from work? I thought you went with somebody from work.
Okay. For Last Duel?
Yeah, I thought so. Maybe it was another movie.
It must have been another movie because I'm pretty sure I saw Last Duel alone.
Okay.
And then I saw it with my brother and when he finished it, we were both like, that was good. Yeah. That was good. I like The Last Duel better than Gladiator.
I can see why. I can see why.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely like, to me, again, like I said, like Ridley Scott's stories that he decides to take on are really straightforward most of the time. Like they have complex themes within them, but like in terms of how the story is presented, they're really straightforward. Even in Last Duel, it's just like the same story 3 times. Yeah, it's creative to go back and see each perspective and how they're pretty much similar, with slight differences, obviously. But overall, like you're like, okay. Like I will give this credit though. Ridley Scott's stories are always very long. The movies are very long. He does a really good job at keeping you drawn to what's happening, regardless of the fact that like there might not be much going on screen. Still, there's stuff to think about, which I'll give him a lot of credit for because that's not easy. I mean, the only directors who can do that, I think, are him, Martin Scorsese, Tarantino, I guess, as well, can do it. His recent ones have been pretty long, but earlier in his career, they weren't that bad, I don't think. Is Pulp Fiction very long? I can't remember. It's another movie where people are like, you have to watch it. If you haven't watched it, you're not a cinephile. And then I watched it and I was like, it's good. It's not his best work either. Honestly, he improved a lot since then. But this is not about Tarantino. Have we done a Tarantino movie? No. Have we? No. No, we haven't. We should be doing one. We have one on the list.
Do we even have one on the list?
Oh my god, do we? We might have to interchange one if we don't have one on the list.
God. Maybe, I mean, listen, we've been talking a lot about The Last Duel. Maybe we could
we had a conversation about if Tarantino was going to quit after his last movie, the Film Critic or whatever it is.
We've done, what are we talking about? We did Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
That was a long time ago. That was a couple months ago, guys. That was a while ago.
Damn.
That was like one of our first episodes, like episode 3 or something like that.
Was it? Yeah, something like that.
3
Anyways.
or 4. That's like one of our more popular episodes. Man, we got to go back and like do an episode again on Inglourious Bastards.
I'm down. Like, we got to do another episode on Interstellar.
Yeah,
I want to redo Interstellar.
We should redo Interstellar. That was a good episode that didn't get enough love.
I know.
You guys should go listen to it.
Give it love. Give it
some love. Yeah, it's a really good episode. Old setup if you're interested in seeing how far we've come in production quality.
That's true.
Ridley Scott has really good the ability to keep our attention, 100%. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it's. I think what made me want to stay with the attention for this movie was the hero's journey. For me,
yeah, you want to see the conclusion, right? You
exactly.
want to like fulfill his goal, and you want to see it work out for him.
Exactly. You literally want him to succeed. That's the whole point of like the hero's journey, right? Yeah. You want the hero to succeed. You're gonna see him go through a struggle. He's gonna come back better with a mentor, right? The I forget what his name was, but the fat guy that like runs the Coliseum games and stuff. But anyways, you want him to succeed. He runs into a mentor. He gets better, and then all of a sudden he goes up and succeeds.
I want to say Cornelius, but it's not.
Cornelius. Wow.
I don't know why I thought Cornelius. That's the wrong movie.
That sounds like a professor's name.
Cornelius Fudge. Pretty sure that's a name from a movie. I'm pretty sure.
That does sound very.
Cornelius Fudge. Oh, that's Harry Potter for sure.
No way. There's no Cornelius 100%. In Harry Potter.
I'm 100% right. Anybody listening right now, just comment down below that I'm right because I know I'm right.
No, you're not.
Okay, I'll look it up right now.
Yes, please. Look, before you even search up the guy's name in Actually the Gladiator, search up who Cornelius Fudge is.
I am 100% sure Cornelius Fudge is a
Hogwarts professor.
Cornelius Fudge, Harry Potter character.
No,
he's the Minister of Magic. Bam.
What the
Get
hell?
Harry Pottered. How do we not have Harry Potter on the list either? We're gonna have to rewrite this damn list.
I know. There's no Harry Potter. There's no Star Wars.
I don't think we even have Lord of the Rings on there either. Oh,
we don't have. No, we don't have any Lord of the Rings.
We might have to shake it up.
Okay, wait, hold on. If we do Lord of the Rings, we would literally have to do 1, 2, and 3.
Nope.
That immediate nope is just crazy. I love it.
I'm not sitting through that much movie. That's crazy stuff.
I had a friend who pretty much used to say that it's if you don't watch all 3 in one sitting, you only saw like a part of the movie because it's like all 3. Is like
that's
one movie.
True. I've heard that too.
You know, I get it.
The guy's name is Proximo.
Proximo. Okay, we were nowhere close with Cornelius.
Cornelius, I don't know. Proximo. It's pretty much the same. His mentor. Former gladiator. Very interesting connection there. Again, interesting, very well thought out. But again, I'm simple, straightforward, nothing really crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like we said earlier, it's just a Ridley Scott basic story, hero's journey, about revenge. And I guess I mentioned I like this word stoic, stoic, which is like I guess the wow. Am I blanking on what it means? Please search it up because
stoic
I know it's
stoic.
Stoic, STOIC, because I know it means like it was a concept from either Roman mythology or Greek mythology. But I'm forgetting what it means.
Affected by passion or feeling.
There you go.
Even though he is, but
yes, he is.
I mean, in certain circumstances, he isn't, but really, he definitely is.
He definitely is.
The whole point of his story.
Revenge.
Yeah. So he is not very stoic at all.
So stoic is not the word to use.
Definitely predictable.
Yes.
I always find it funny though in that like not last sequence, but like about midway through the movie, where he Commodus is like, I want to meet this gladiator, and then comes down to the bottom and meets him, and he's got his like whole like guards, and then I don't know how you don't know who the hell this guy is. No offense, but like, come on. I know you think he's dead, but like, still, how many people look like that? You should have known like immediately. Not in the fighting, I agree. Like he had the mask on, like it's not super easy. He sits pretty far. You know, they don't have televisions and stuff. You know, losers or whatever.
This guy said I love it.
But yeah, anyways, like, but like when you're like literally, he turns his back to him. Oh my god, he turned his back to the king. Who cares? Or emperor, I guess it is, right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But anyways, I don't know how the hell you don't know it's him. You should have known it was him. But anyways,
But I mean, okay. Yes, I get it, but then we also wouldn't have that iconic line of what does he say? Come on. My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius. I am the son. No, I am the. Hold on. Fuck, what does he say?
hey, you're the guy who likes history.
Dude,
history-esque.
Okay, listen. This is not history because it's a completely fictional story, so you can't blame me for this one.
Okay.
I am the son, or the. I am. Oh man. I am forgetting, but you know that iconic line. You know what I'm talking about. I am Maximus Decimus Meridius.
Let me see if I Google it really quickly. It shows up.
It 100% shows up.
It probably will.
Yes.
Quotes. Here we go.
It should be either "Are you not entertained?" and then "I am Maximus."
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the north, general of the Felix legions, and the loyal servant to the true emperor Marcus Aurelius. And then he basically just gonna father to the murdered son, husband to murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next.
It's a pretty good line. It's an iconic good line.
It is an iconic good line, but I'm just saying for the sake of legitimate, like if we pull the legitimacy into the story, this guy who you hate because he took over your place as literal son and your father adored more, how do you not know what he looks like? Like regardless of everything, how do you not, like, this guy was the leader of your army, and you're just like, oh, who is this gladiator? And like, fine, from distance, sure, you don't know if he's alive, whatever, fine, you think he's dead, you couldn't be him, right? Couldn't possibly be him. But then you're like standing right near him, and you're like, okay. like logically.
It's also the same kind of thing though. It's like you don't notice like little things, you know. It's like
yeah, I guess it's true.
Like if you really genuinely think this person is like dead, right? The person that he sent out to kill, and all of a sudden somebody's calling the Spaniard, because that was what they called them.
That's
you know,
true,
it's
yeah,
not like
that's right.
Anybody called them as like an old Legion commander.
Yeah,
you know, they just called him the Spaniard, and he's coming from this very this place that's like, you know, slaves and poor people.
Yeah.
You would think, well, for example, Commodus' spot, if I was him, you know, in his mentality, he'd probably be like, oh, this guy, if he came back, then he would use his rank to come and find me. You know, like
that's true.
Know, that's probably what he was thinking. You know, like, oh, this guy's gonna work up the ranks and come and find me and kill me, like that. You know,
that's fair. That's fair. He is a pretty naive person as well. Yeah. So like, it's very okay. You explained it well. I still like be a little smarter.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of a dumbass, but like, you know, he's trying to sway the people by basically just being like the worst person in the world. But
yeah, literally sway the people with you know, and then
is this movie good?
Yeah, there you go. But no, oh wow, okay. Damn.
Sorry about that, people.
But great line. Listen, these two lines, the Maximus Decimus Meridius and Are You Not Entertained, I think literally are huge moments that anybody can quote, especially Are You Not Entertained. It's what did you just find?
Sorry, I was on the website that popped up to show me the quote in full context. It's actually a pretty interesting website, and there's a bottom section to it at the very end that said, like, it gives you a bunch of details. It's like, where have you heard it? You know, it fills you in case you don't know or remember where you saw it. And at the bottom it says pretentious factor. If you were to drop this quote at a dinner party, would you get an in unison awe, or would everyone roll their eyes and invite you back? Here's a scale of 1 to 10, and I put it on a 7.
No.
So it's pretty pretentious. If you ever said that at a dinner table.
I mean, listen, if you were memorizing from I am Maximus Decimus Meridius all the way to like,
it's pretty pretentious.
Yeah. I'm a husband to a fallen wife and a father to a fallen son. Like all the way to that part.
To drop any movie quote is pretty pretentious in a certain way, right? Like I think it's a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like I mean, if I was like sitting here and I went, now become death, destroy our world.
Okay, I would say
20
calm down.
episodes in a row, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, I had to keep the streak alive. We didn't mention it yet.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I was actually thinking about it way before we were talking about music, but I was like, I'm just not.
Well, you mentioned Ludwig, so like
but
technically, but you didn't mention Oppenheimer with it.
That's
Now
it.
I did, so there you go.
Yeah,
I got you, and don't worry, we're gonna keep it going till the Oscars. We're gonna have to do an Oscar episode and talk about what.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Which, by the way, Godzilla -1 got nominated. I am so excited and happy.
Good stuff.
Yes,
yeah. I'm hoping it's soon with the nomination. Either is expanded to more theaters, or at the very least, can we finally see it somewhere? Can I watch it somewhere? Because I do want to watch it, but it's slowly leaving theaters now. It's getting replaced. I don't know where the hell I'm gonna watch it. So
I know. I'm hoping it comes to streaming like platforms, or like at least you can buy it online.
Please don't put it on Paramount. Please don't put it on Paramount. Please, I don't want to. I had to get a Paramount subscription to watch Gladiator. Like,
oh, what?
Yeah, I couldn't find the disc that my parents owned, so I had to watch it on freaking Paramount, and I had it for 1 week for free, and I canceled it pretty much a day after I finished watching it. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, freaking Paramount subscription. The downfall to all. Actually, we should do an episode about physical media, talking about Nolan and.
Oh, that'd be so fun.
That'd be really fun. Yeah,
especially because we keep quite a bit of a collection for the 4K discs and stuff like that. It's
the three of us. Yeah, us and Will. Yeah, we all have a pretty big collection. I think you might have, in terms of like steelbooks and everything, you might have like the more pristine collection.
I have just 2 steelbooks.
Oh, okay. I beat you then. I have like. If you count my entire John Wick one, I have 6 steelbooks.
Oh, that's fun.
5 steelbooks? 5.
If you count... Never mind. No, never mind.
If you count like entire memorabilia of an entire film, you beat us all. Like you own like multiple. You either own like a vinyl of an entire film. You either own like the script book. Okay. The Oppenheimer one doesn't count. We all own, have like, the crap out of that.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'll beat you guys for the Oppenheimer stuff. Yeah, just a little bit.
You have a lot of Oppenheimer stuff.
Yeah. It's a bit much. it just gets a little dark. Like it's a
the way you said it. Love that. Oh man. Oh my god. Yeah.
But dude, it's just physical media is just beautiful. And
so
I mean
good.
This movie I was gonna get it in 4K.
Me too.
I was so close to getting it in 4K, but then I saw that beautiful copy signature selection in at the what's it called, the thrift store, and I just got it. So
yeah,
thrift store for the win. But I do have it bought on Prime, like Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah, you have to own this. I'm gonna look for my parents' disc again. If not, I might pick up a 4K one. I might not. I don't know. It was good, but I don't know. It's when a movie makes a decent enough impression on me, I'll go and get an actual copy. Because again, like, listen, I love physical media, but it's about where can you place it all. You know, you got to get extra bins or something. You know, if you start running out of space, and B, it's not cheap either. You know, it's the difference between like $20-$30 depending on the disc. If you want to do it, you get a 4K disc. Anyways, let's talk about physical media. That's a whole other episode. We could easily dive into it. Maybe we'll, for that, actually, that'd be interesting. We could show like our collection of stuff, and everyone could bring their collection of like their favorite like physical media that they own.
That'd be fun,
including vinyls as well. Actually, I know you have a collection, definitely more movie related collection than I do.
I have 3, 4 times. Oh no, I have like way more than that because I got Dark Knight, I got Oppenheimer, I got Lion King, I got
you have more.
I got Bee Gees, I got do I have Top Gun? I have I don't have Top Gun.
I have a Top Gun.
You do have Top Gun.
Original Top Gun one way back.
We'll talk about it on our collection.
You know what?
I'm down for that.
I'm super down for that.
But we should wait for Will to come back.
Yes, 100%. He has a heck of a collection, that guy.
I know he brought his Criterion Parasite for when we did Parasite. That was good.
A lovely one. I want to pick up one of those again. Expensive.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we appreciate everybody listening today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you check out all the other episodes on the podcast. Most recent episode was Coraline, a very fun dive into whether or not the entire story was in her head or not. Who knows? So go check out what we thought of that. As always, subscribe if you're new, leave a like, and comment down below if you enjoyed Gladiator or if you like any other Ridley Scott films more than this one. He's a very prestigious director who's done a lot of work. Any last
words, I guess, would be Russel Crowes better in this than in A Beautiful Mind.
Oh man, this guy really getting under my skin.